There are less than 48 days until Christmas. Are you ready? Tonight, we take a look at some of my top whiskey and bourbon gifts for the upcoming season. Let's get into it. Hello and welcome to Pour Authority. I'm David. I spent some time putting this list together of some of my favorite non-allocated bottles. Yup, non-allocated, because this selection of bottles is for the new whiskey drinker, the gift giver, and the curious viewer. While we are all at different stages in our whiskey journey, I hope this list resonates with even the most seasoned whiskey lovers. As a matter of fact, expect to see another video soon with my allocated picks if that's what you're looking for. Alright, without further ado, here are 10 plus bottles typically available in my local area and hopefully in yours too. Let's dive in. In the under 25 category, my first pick is Evan Williams Bottled and Bond. This bourbon typically retails for around $20, making this the perfect budget bottle for everyone. This one might just make the best stocking stuffer, white elephant gift, or a great bottle for your upcoming holiday party. Either way, this is a must grab. So second up is Old Forester 100. Coming in at around $23, just like the previously mentioned bottle, this is another delicious pour for the bourbon fan that you don't want to pass up. You honestly can't go wrong with anything from Old Forester, but this one is a great value to get you started on discovering the distillery profile. Alright, the next category of bottles ranges from $25 to $40. First up is the one and only Wild Turkey 101. Coming in at a fair price of around $28, this stuff is so good. Honestly, this was one of my first bourbon purchases early on, and it got me started on my journey. You can't go wrong with picking one of these up for the office colleague, friend, family, whoever. They will enjoy it for sure. Number 2. Buffalo Trace Bourbon, which goes for around $29. This 90 proof pour is extremely approachable and is a must-have for the new whiskey drinker. I can't say it enough, but Buffalo Trace makes some damn good stuff, and this bottle will be one you probably keep around often. Number 3. The readily available Knob Creek 9-year bourbon. Sometimes I forget how good of a deal this one is at around $39. These days it can be hard to find bottles with an age statement, and this one delivers with 9+ years. The result is a 100 proof bourbon with a smooth and complex flavor profile that you will likely enjoy, and who knows, you might have already had it at a local bar or restaurant. Okay, so it's time to bump up our prices just a bit. This is the $40 to $60 category. Number 1 is Maker's 46. Yep, the hand-dipped, red wax bottles are a staple of the brand, but this version is nothing like the original Maker's Mark. Coming in with a price of around $40, this 94 proof pour is one to remember. The French oak staves make for a complex and balanced bourbon, offering notes of caramel, toasted oak, baking spices, and vanilla. Grab yourself one and explore the other side of Maker's Mark. Number 2. This next bottle is one of the most widely talked about bourbons out there. For a barrel-proof expression from the Wild Turkey lineup, it's none other than Rare Breed. A crazy good bottle for around $50 with a high proof that will have you sharing with all of your friends and family this holiday season. Up third is Elijah Craig Toasted Barrel. Yep, I said toasted barrel. This expression is twice barreled, taking this bourbon to new heights. Expect to find notes reminiscent of s'mores with its graham cracker, chocolate, and sweet flavors. Priced at around $55 and a very friendly 94 proof, this is a must-have gift and bottle at your next party. Alright, so as we approach the top price category of this list, let's stop and take a look at some of the great options in the $60 to $80 range. First up is one of my all-time favorites, and that is Old Forester 1920. This is another bottle that hangs out at my house around the holiday season with its reasonable price of about $65. This 115 proof bourbon is an explosion of flavor that sits great on the palate and makes for a slow sipper on a cold winter night. Second up is one of my most recent purchases, and that is Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Proof Rye. I just did a quick review of this one in another video, and wow, I was impressed. For around $66 and a variable proof of typically above 125, this one is packed with so much flavor that you won't believe it. While this one is not allocated that I'm aware of, it still might be a little harder to find due to its recent release and popularity. Without question, Jack Daniel's has had an incredible year with so many outstanding releases, so make sure you keep them on your radar. Okay, up next on my list, and probably every other list, is one of the best, and that's Elijah Craig Barrel Proof for around $75. This bourbon is typically 12-ish years old and is released just 3 times a year. While each batch can vary in proof, age, and flavor, these are typically a must-have for any bourbon whiskey enthusiast. So, this list would have been way longer had I put everything that came to mind, but I think it's best I wrap it up with one final option for the $80 to $100 category. Let's talk barrel whiskey. This bottle is the private release expression that retails for about $100, but is it worth it? Yeah, I think so. Let me explain. If you hadn't had the chance to try something from Barrel Craft Spirits, then you are missing out. Their various bottles offer very unique experiences with all different finishes and flavors that not many other distilleries are doing nearly as good. While their bottles range in price and can easily go above $100, I can guarantee you will be presented with a one-of-a-kind craft experience that takes whiskey to a whole new level. Yep. Alright guys, so there you have it. A great little whiskey and bourbon list to make the best of this year's holiday season. I hope you have the opportunity to pick up one or two or all of these for your friends and family in the upcoming weeks, and let me know what you think. Thanks again for joining me today, and as always, I would really appreciate your support by subscribing, liking, and commenting, and if you enjoy this type of content, I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.